UFC 308 is just under 2 weeks away, and this card is stacked from bottom to top, and it has all the potential to be the pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, let's go through it. We're going to preview some of the favorite fights from the early prelims all the way to the main card. Because like you said, this card is absolutely stacked. It's probably the best pay-per-view of the year. Even better than 300 maybe? What do you think?
It has the potential. It's going to rival it for sure.
I guess it depends on how the fights go.
Yeah, because 300 had a stacked card and the fights were all great too.
Yeah, as much as people like to hate on like it wasn't as good, the main event could have been better. Like in terms of star power,
I guess so.
But the fights themselves, they delivered.
All right, starting off with a heavyweight bout that has all the potential to be so fun and hard-hitting. Kennedy and
Nzechukwu.
Oh, I'm racist. First, Justin Tafa.
Goodness me. Yeah, Justin Tafa, he's been on a little bit of a tear. He has quite a bit of hype. Obviously, him and his brother, Junior Tafa, both joined the UFC. Junior Tafa not having the best time of it. Do you remember his last fight where he verbally screamed but didn't tap?
And then the fight got called?
That was so weird.
But, I mean, looking back on it...
Fair call.
Yeah, was the right call from the ref. But in the moment, you're like, what just happened? Like, why? Like...
Yeah, and Justin Tafa is definitely the more skilled one of the brothers. So I'm looking forward. If he can get into the rankings, that's huge for him.
Especially with the bottom of the heavyweight rankings being so weak.
It is.
It is just like... You know, it's...
Is Justin Tafa really going to help that, though? Like,
who knows?
Maybe.
I don't think he would ever fight Ty, but imagine Tafa versus Ty. Those guys don't fight each other.
New
right?
Zealand versus Australian? That'd be good. They probably train very
They
close.
Might train together. They're both Samoan fighters.
Yeah. I don't know. Let us know if they train together.
Moving on to the next prelim that we're super excited for. One of our GOATs, Orolbai's taking on
Rebecki. Mateusz. It's like Gamrot. Mateusz.
Rebecki versus Orolbai. Both guys have crazy records. Rebecki's 19-2, and Orolbai is 13-1 at 26 too.
Dude, he is a prospect, man. He's so exciting, and most of his wins are by KO or submission. He doesn't get a ton of decision wins. So this lightweight fight should be a banger.
And at 26, you look at this guy, you can just tell he's mature. He's looks like he's 80.
Yeah, he has Genghis Khan inside of him. No, I don't know what I mean by that.
Yeah, but should be a super exciting fight. Hopefully Orolbai gets it done.
I think he can. I think prediction, Rebecki's good. He's very good. He has good range. But I think Orolbai maybe squeaks out a decision in this one.
The real question is, will you be wearing your Orolbai shirt for 308?
I forgot about that. Full Violence, please hurry up and ship me that shirt because I need it. I ordered it right away. I don't even know why I bought it at that point. It's just kind of like the hype, you know? You just get really excited.
It was a fire shirt.
It was a fire shirt. And I saw Orolbai standing there with his motorcycle, just like chilling. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, Full Violence, not that I'm no model, but... Can you guys pose a little bit better in your pictures? It just looks like every guy who's modeling it, like all your UFC fighters, are just trying to mog us.
And the next fight
has all the potential to be the highlight of the year if Armen Petrosyan can knock out Shara the Fraud Bullet Magomedov. Oh,
I like that nickname. It's Petrosyan, by the way. Petrosyan.
All right, so I have also not pronounced a single fighter's name right this video, nor have I ever pronounced a single fighter's name.
I'm just trying to help you. I know you're just a little fish.
I need Duolingo for UFC fighters' names.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, Petrosyan, he's had some losses. He's kind of like the next step in a prospect's journey. You know, they got to feed Shara some easy opponents. They got to put him in Abu Dhabi so he can grab the fence whenever he wants. Look, we've said this 100 million times. Shara Bullet is going to get fraud checked, but not today. Early prediction. Look, I know we're not doing predictions. He's probably going to win again. This is a favorable matchup for him.
To be smart, I probably will also pick Shara Bullet by decision.
But Petrosyan could pull something out of the bag.
Please. It's a win-win either way.
Yeah, exactly. And Shara Bullet, he hasn't been like super impressive in his striking.
No, I've never watched him be like, oh, this guy's so good. I'm like, oh, like this guy... Like, he has potential. I think he just might be dumb. Like
he's also small for the weight class.
So little.
He's tiny. Okay, next fight. This is one that I'm really excited about. We got huge up-and-coming prospect, Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige.
Dan Ige, after he stepped up at UFC 303 on ultra short notice.
2 hours.
said he wanted to be on the UFC 306 Sphere card. Is this better than being on the Sphere card?
I would say no, because the Sphere is going to have more eyes on it. And for him, who's from the States, it's going to have more of an audience that he could get more fans from. But being on a card of this magnitude, it's
like second best.
Yeah, it's second best. And it might even have a higher gate, honestly. It's going to be close, I think. It might not, just because Sphere's like once in a lifetime.
And this fight is going to be a banger. I mean, if this card wasn't so stacked, I'd be like, this is easily going to be fight of the night. But there are so many other fights that have that potential. It is crazy.
And Lerone Murphy is actually so talented. And this is another featherweight fight. We've talked about this. Featherweight has the most stacked division from top to bottom. These are 14 and 12 ranked guys. And in a heavyweight division, they'd be like 2 and 3.
Honestly, yeah. Like for the skill that these two guys have.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pretty confident in Lerone Murphy here. I think he has more potential than Ige. I think he's also better right now. So I'm going to probably roll with Murphy, but don't count out Dan Ige. He showed a lot of great glimpses on 2 hour notice against Diego Lopez, who just came out and just destroyed Brian Ortega. So
we know how good Diego Lopez is.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup. Next up the card, we got number 2 ranked Magomed Ankalaev versus number 5 ranked Alexander Rakic. A lot of question marks around this fight because Ankalaev should have gotten that title shot. But here we are.
This is the fight I'm looking forward to the least.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't
Ank.
He's exciting for a Dagestani fighter, but I don't like.
You're worried.
You're worried.
You're worried. I think Alexander Rakic could do something super funny and get a win and then get a title shot. Because if he gets a win, he's getting the title shot. 100%.
I just can't take another anxiety-filled Pereira fight. That fight at 307 did a number on me in those first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I was stressing. I've never been so anxious for a UFC fight before.
I was really nervous as well. We filmed our reaction to that one, and every punch that Khalil Roundtree landed, all of us jumped up.
I was like, oh!
Yeah, it physically hurt us. Who do you think is going to take this one?
The odds speak for themselves. It's Ankalaev's fight to lose. It's going to be really telling of how good he is too, I think, in this fight. If he comes out here and just dominates Rakic for 3 rounds on the ground, it's going to be like, oh, dang.
Yeah. But, okay, here's the thing. Rakic is being underrated. He looked so good in that Prohaska fight. He won the first round, and then he got caught because Prohaska is just a weird guy. He just can eat punches and return with even harder punches. So Rakic is technically better than Yuri and was looking good. But then he just kind of got caught, and that's the way it goes. So I'm not counting Rakic out by any means.
I think that these odds might be a little bit too favored at Ankalaev's advantage, just because I think people are thinking about Ankalaev. They're like, oh, he's the guy that can beat Pereira.
Exactly.
But we really don't know that. This is just speculation because he's the worst stylistic matchup. That's the only reason he's getting all this hype.
Yeah, people are just looking past this fight already.
All right, moving on to our co-main event. I'm praying nothing weird happens with this. Chimaev, if you don't make weight,
we're cooked.
Obviously, Rob will still take the fight.
Yeah.
It's Rob. He's going to take that fight even if Chimaev doesn't make weight.
Dude, he's making so much money from these last 2 fights. Taking that fight short notice against Alaskarov, and then again taking this fight, which could pull out at any second. Hamzat could be out of this fight, and he has to fight another person on short notice. Dana is paying him good for this.
What middleweight do you think they have? They got to have... If Dana's would be dumb not to have a fighter ready to go.
Who is there?
Kaio?
Yeah, I could see Kaio. But is he cutting right now? Because he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's probably...
So he'd have to cut early. Well, I mean, Vittori, but he doesn't fight ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably only... Ooh, Izzy? Imagine.
Could you imagine? You know what? Let's just get Volk in here.
Yeah, screw it.
But yeah, this fight, I think it's going to be awesome. I think that on the feet, it's going to be exciting. And then I'm excited to see what Chimaev can do on the ground.
I'm worried for Rob because we saw him get taken down by DDP pretty easily. And I think Hamza is a level above DDP.
Just watch out for Chimaev coming in on a takedown, eating an uppercut from Whittaker.
Dangerous.
It's going to be exciting, though. I think it's going to be a good mix of on the ground, on the feet.
If it goes past round 2, I have Whittaker winning.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that in Abu Dhabi, Chimaev has the advantage with the judges. And if he has that control time,
I forgot about the judges.
Oh
man.
Yeah, Chimaev control time. He's gonna have
10-7, 10-7, 10-6.
Wait, the UFC. Sorry, we'll get to that after.
What?
His lightweight rank.
Oh my goodness, the UFC is cooked. Is Lauren Murphy even English anymore? That's so weird. Yeah, they have Max Holloway ranked number 8.
UFC, get your stuff together. We're talking about the main event here of UFC 308. The champion, Ilia Topuria, taking on the number 8 ranked lightweight, Max Holloway. I'm not saying this. This is what the UFC has on their website.
It's bizarre. I've never seen them make a mistake like this.
I've seen some bad rankings.
yeah, but that's the...
Dude, this would have said number 10 last week because they moved him up in the rankings.
That's the press, though. That's the media that does that. So... I don't know. It's just weird, though. What do you think about this main event? Obviously, we made a video last week about if Ilia Topuria manages to KO Max Holloway, what happens. It's a toss-up for me. I think this one could go either way.
I am so excited for this fight, and this is my first time seeing the odds for this fight. This, of course, we're not giving gambling advice. We'd never give you gambling advice. Gambling companies don't reach out to us. We don't want your sponsorships.
I do.
No, we
reach
don't.
out to me.
No, we don't.
Email right here.
But... seeing Max Holloway at plus 180 to Ilias minus 218, if I were betting, I would put the money on Max Holloway here.
Definitely.
The value is with Max Holloway in this fight.
Yeah, because I'd say he has an equal chance to win.
Yeah, I have this fight very 50-50. People are counting out Max Holloway.
People are counting out Ilia as well.
This is going to be such a good fight.
Yeah, both sides. I love... MMA Guru made a video a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday, about how Ilia is playing the villain. And it's true. We need an MMA villain like this who's actually good and at the top of their game. We don't need Jamal Hill to play the villain. We need someone who's genuinely skilled and willing to put himself out there in these face-to-face interviews, like say a couple bars that could backfire. If he loses, he's going to be getting clipped on.
Will Ilia change his ranking before the fight again?
Ooh, I don't think so. He's done that once. I think it doesn't hit the same if he does it again.
No, it's not the same.
It's like a one-trick thing that you do.
We both had in our 2024 predictions that this fight's going to be a war. This is going to be one of the fights of the year. I think I had this as a top 5 fight of all time.
Yeah, without it even happening yet.
I predicted this fight was going to be top 5 all time.
Yeah, in our bold predictions video.
So that's how high I am on this fight. If I'm disappointed...
You do not want to disappoint Dylan. I've done that before.
Even if this fight only goes to the 3rd round and we see a knockout there, still, I think the first rounds are going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
3rd round knockout.
But imagine it's like a round 5 KO again, and you just get like a war,
dude.
and then...
Like, just like, they're both just like, they both eaten like 300 punches. They're just like...
All right, so I'm on the Ilia Topuria
Yes, we
side.
talked about this today. Lucas is going hard on the Ilia side. I'm going hard Max Holloway.
So we're not friends anymore, pretty much. That's what MMA Twitter would have you believe. If you're an Ilia fan, you can't be friends with Max fans. And if you're a Max fan, you can't be friends with Ilia fans.
I have an idea. In the comments, let us know what the punishment should be for the loser.
That's a good idea.
Well, and we'll talk about it on the predictions video next week.
I'm going blonde for the Charles fight. Can't wait for that.
Do it.
I will.
Let us know what you think the sacrifice should be. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by UFC 308, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.